Welcome back to Balance and Thrive, where we explore the intersection of work, life, and well-being. I'm your host, Kemi Afolayan, and today we're diving into the topic of time management. I will be speaking about the Pomodoro time management technique. I would start by sharing a real-life example and practical tips to help you find harmony in your daily life. Alex is a full-time employee working in a construction company. With multiple tasks, strict deadlines, Alex struggled to stay focused and manage his time effectively, and also completing multiple tasks. He feels overwhelmed by his work and with frequent distractions from side chats from his colleagues, social media, and phone notification. Alex decided to try a time management technique to improve his focus. He started by setting his timer for 40 minutes and chose a specific task to work on. During this time, he put his phone on Do Not Disturb mode to minimize distractions. When the timer rings, he usually takes a 3-minute break to stretch and grab a drink. Alex repeated this cycle, working on different tasks. After completing 4 cycles, he took a longer break during his lunch break to relax and recharge. He kept track of the number of cycles he completed each day, which helped him to see his progress and stay motivated. The Pomodoro technique, a simple but yet powerful time management method, can help you to stay on track and get more done. The Pomodoro technique, developed by Francisco Cirillo in the late 1980s, named after the Italian word for tomato, inspired by the tomato-shaped kitchen timer Cirillo used. This technique breaks work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length and separated by short breaks. So this is how it works. You would choose a task, select the task you want to work on, and if you remember in our last video, I talked about breaking your goals into tasks, and then each task you will now need to prioritize it based on the importance or the urgency. So for the Pomodoro technique, you need to choose the task that you want to work on. Then set a timer for 25 minutes. This interval is what is called the Pomodoro. You work on the task solely until the timer rings. Avoid any distraction during this period. And after the timer rings, you take a 5-minute break and use this time to relax, to stretch, grab a quick snack, or even a drink. Now, what you need to do is to now repeat the process. After completing 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, typically between 15 to 30 minutes, and then start all over again. The Pomodoro technique offers several benefits that can help you enhance your productivity and focus. By working in short timed intervals, we can maintain a high level of concentration and reduce the likelihood of getting distracted. So Pomodoro technique helps to improve focus. Taking regular breaks helps to prevent mental fatigue and keep your mind fresh. So this reduces burnout. And by breaking your task into smaller and manageable chunks, makes them less overwhelming, which is a better time management approach. Completing each Pomodoro gives you a sense of accomplishment, thereby increasing your motivation. And what is important when you're doing Pomodoro is to plan and improve your ability to manage your time. So being able to plan your task or being able to plan what you're going to do is enhancing your planning skills. And that would help you to manage your time and as well as your workload. Knowing that you have scheduled break can reduce stress and anxiety as you have dedicated time to relax and recharge. So this Pomodoro technique has a way of reducing stress. And because it is structured, it helps you to stay accountable to your goals and deadline. So there's a greater sense of accountability with Pomodoro technique. The technique is flexible because it can be adapted to suit your personal work style and preferences, making it a versatile tool for various tasks and projects. So in the case of Alex that used 40 minutes, you can decide you want to use 1 hour, depending on your work style or depending on the task. Pomodoro allows the flexibility. Handling interruption during Pomodoro can be challenging, but there are strategies you can use to minimize the impact of such interruption. One of the highly recommended things to do is to let people around you know that you're using the Pomodoro technique. So you need to inform others. You can use a sign or signal to indicate when you are in a Pomodoro session. In the case where interruption is unavoidable, you need to capture and defer it. So you quickly jot down the nature of the interruption on a piece of paper or on a digital note. This way you can address it later without losing focus on your current task. Scheduling buffer times between Pomodoro to handle potential interruption is also important. So this gives you enough time to get ready for another session without taking you away from the next task that you've scheduled to do. Setting boundaries is very important. So you need to establish clear boundaries for when you are available and when you are not. Remember, you've already informed others that you are going into a session. So it's important that you let them know while you are in the session, unless it's very urgent, you don't want to be interrupted. Also, if you find certain interruptions are reoccurring, then you need to take a step back and evaluate their cause and adjust your environment or schedule to minimize them. So that means when you're using this Pomodoro technique, you have to continue to evaluate and adjust some of the things you do. Learning to politely say no or decline urgent requests or interruption is very key. And those are one of the skills you have to also ensure you know how to do. So you politely decline things that are non-urgent. Having an emergency plan is very, very important because sometimes emergency might be inevitable. So you should always have a plan. So it's important that if emergency occurs, you pause your Pomodoro. You handle the situation and then restart your timer when you're ready to refocus. By implementing these strategies, you can better manage interruptions and maintain your productivity. The Pomodoro technique is simple and yet effective way to manage your time and increase your productivity. By breaking work into focused intervals and taking regular breaks, you can stay on track and accomplish more. I will encourage you to give it a try and see how it can perform or how it can transform your workday. So have you tried the Pomodoro technique before? Or are you considering giving it a go? Do you think any of these approaches might work for you? Let me know what you think by posting under the video. So that is all for today's episode of Balance and Thrive. Remember, achieving work-life balance and enhancing your well-being is a continuous journey. Take small steps and you will see significant improvement over time. If you have enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to my channel to get the notification anytime a new video is released and also share it with your friends. Until next time, stay balanced and thrive. And don't forget to like this video. See you next time. Bye.